Welcome back to a new video, guys. Tracker and I are out here on this steep mountain. It's like straight up and down, looking for deer sheds. It's February 10th. Up here in Salt Lake, I'd say there's a good chance about half the bucks are shed. Usually that's how it is each year. But I have seen deer here in years past with even more snow than we have this year. So I have to imagine there's sheds to be found somewhere. We are working with some snow, as you can see. We just hit our first set of deer tracks, which is a good sign. I think as we get higher up, it'll only get better. So let's follow Tracker and see if we can find something. This is some no joke country. Very steep. Tracker is actually bleeding from one of his pads. Pretty good, but we're getting into deer sign. Good thing about this area is it's super sharp ridge lines and steep, so the deer aren't scattered out very far. They're sticking close to the ridge lines in these mahogany trees and buckbrush. So I think we're gonna find something. Okay, looking up this spine, I see something that looks like it could be a deer shed. Right there, see that fork? It's discolored. Last year's probably, if it is one. But I think it's worth going and checking out. Just caught that out of the corner of my eyes. It came up over this steep ridge line. Making our way up to where the potential deer shed is. Can't see it yet. Might just be a stick if we're unlucky. But it's definitely right where you would think one would be. Oh, it is a deer shed. Heck yeah. You see that, guys? They exist right on the spine. Looks like it is a last year's deer shed laying right up here. Nice 4-pointer. This is the side that I could see when I was down there. Was that fork right there. Way cool. Last year's 4-point. Let's pick it up. Hey, come here, dude. Come here. Bring him here. Come here. Trying to run off. Come here. Come here. Come on. Trying to run off with him. That's a super crunched angle, so I apologize. But there he is. Cool little 4-point. There's a chance there could be something big up here, and that's why I'm hiking, but this is a pretty average sized deer for the area. Let's keep going though. Here's the tricky part with hiking areas like this is a perfect spot for a deer to bed, shed in. There's thick cover, food, a game trail right here. But with this much snow, like an antler like that from last year would be covered and you wouldn't be able to see it unless it was laying just right up against a bush or something. So it's always fun to go looking for fresh ones that could be on top of the snow. And then once in a while you'll luck into one that's laying just right. But I'd have to imagine, looking at this ridge and how hard it is to hike, there's gotta be a few more that are laying just right. We got a lot of tracks where they've been working this ridge, eating under these mahogany trees. They look like good areas to shed in, but that's the problem with a year like this where there's not too much snow, is they could go down in these pine trees, they could go anywhere and drop. Tracker's not doing so hot today. He just missed that guy, a little 2-point. Just a tiny guy, looks like a last year's as well. Oh, will you get that for me? I can't reach him. Thanks, bud. I couldn't reach him. Last year 2-pointer. They were really in here, guys. I mean, check it out. No, that's cool though. Like I said, they could be anywhere in here. Deer sheds are hard to find because they are so small. I mean, even a big one, even one twice the size of that is nothing once you throw it out into this type of stuff. I'm loving the looks of this spot because it's melted down even more than where I've been hiking. So I can actually see the ground now for any older sheds. And then there's just a lot more feed up in here, and it's just further away from people. I will say though, it looks like a good spot to get ambushed by a mountain lion. I don't have my gun or my backpack today. Just kind of a granola day hike, half day hike that I went on. So I'm just totally unprepared. I'm slipping and sliding. I don't have gloves to grab oak brush with, so my hands are getting ripped up. I don't have trekking poles to keep myself balanced. So we just gotta toughen up today. Well, beating this oak brush is finally paying off. I see a shed down there. I can't tell what it is, but it looks kind of like it has decent mass and possibly a big fork, or a good sized fork. That beam, white beam going horizontal. I'm shocked that I'm finding old deer sheds, but not finding any fresh browns. I did see a few does, but no bucks yet. It's funny, this hill is so steep. Like, just holding the camera at my face, you could see the top of the ridge above me. But we're in some good stuff. There's got to be, you know, a handful, maybe 4 or 5 antlers scattered around on this south face. So I think I got duped. What I thought was going to be a nice big fork ended up just being, I think, a tiny old 4-pointer that's stuck. I'll have to dig him out. Gosh, gonna break him trying to get him out of there. What's the deal? What is keeping him locked in? There we go. Decent main beam, awful forked 4-pointer. But we've got 3. That looks like that could be a 2-year-old shed. Tracker just ran down on this guy. Come here, buddy. Bring him here. Good job. It's a 3-pointer, hard white. But then, look at right there. There's another one. Hold your horn. There's another one right there too. There you go. Good boy. Bring him here. Good job. Come on, buddy. Hey, come here. Show the world. Oh, he's going down. Wow, it was a side-by-side hard white set right there. Check that out. Cool. So now we're at 4, 5, 6, 5. 5 sheds. Heck yeah, guys, we're doing pretty good. I mean, nothing giant, but we're getting sheds. Just making our last push down on this other ridge line that paralleled us as we hiked up. I got another shed laying down here. Down there on that bush, you can see a little rub, and then I followed the rub down to the ground, and there's a shed laying right there. All right, Tracker, let's go. Okay, let's go get him. Good job, buddy. Bring him to me. Come on. I know it's hard. Oh, another last year's. So what's crazy is last year was a huge snow year, in my opinion. And this year there's less deer in here than last. I'm pretty high up. Clearly getting into a little bit more next level size there. I'll show you. Here's my 4-point from earlier. A lot bigger in size, just still a smaller buck, but getting a little bit more next level. Only one set so far. See if we can't match him up or find another good set floating around. I'm convinced that there are more antlers up here. They're just probably covered by snow because all the sheds I've found haven't really had any snow around them. So I'm sure wherever there's snow, there's got to be a few more antlers from older years. I just walked on to one more, and I'm thinking this is going to be my match to the first 4-point I found. I found it at about the same elevation, but up and over on the next ridge line over. Let's see. Dig him out of the pile. All right, let's see if it's a set. Not a big buck, but first thing that came to my mind was that it was a set. And it is. Pretty much identical on both sides, no eye guards. Just a small young buck. Yeah, he shed. There's another ridge over to the right, and that's the one I came up it was about this elevation on the spine of that other ridge. So yeah, they were working the spines this last year. This year, I don't know, they must be higher. Same type of ridges and same terrain, but just higher. Well guys, I think that's gonna be the end of the video. Cutting it short. It's just a few hour hike, but I think that's pretty good. A couple sets, a couple singles. A good hike for me and Tracker before I head out of town. There's gonna be some good deer shed hunting to come in the next week. Me and Connor have a good trip planned where we'll get a couple, 2 or 3 videos out of that. Hopefully find some big sheds. And then it's on to elk and moose once some of the snow melts down in the high country. Thanks for tagging along with me again. Hope you guys kill it this year on sheds. Find some big ones, a whole bunch of them. It's gonna be a good year. I have a good feeling about this year. So I'll catch you guys on the next video, and good luck out there on your hikes. Peace.